Do you think that going the independent route made you a better businessman and a better executive?
Yeah. If anything but the independent route is the Herb route. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a businessman, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the artists if starting out, get 10 or 15 points. It's 100 points being generated. Just because, you know, people putting up the dough, you shouldn't be able to benefit anything more than 15 points, and then you have all these recoupable costs, you don't make no money. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, me being a businessman and not an artist, you know, of course, I couldn't get 20% of Jay's 10 points. You know what I'm saying? What would I have? Nothing. And, you know, the thing about being independent is yours. You build equity in it. It's yours to buy. It's yours to sell. I could sell Rockefeller whenever we feel. We've already sold half of it and we've caked off. We've made money. And we're very young. And if I feel like it, I can start something brand new and build equity in that with a good formula and sell that as well. I think it's really not that much cake in it unless you get a Jay-Z. Jay gave me 7 albums in 7 years. He kept us breathing.
On Jerry, back with another video, that was Dame Dash talks about being independent and how being a young businessman taught him the game from the inside out. Dame was one of the most influential portions of Jay-Z's career because he brought Jay-Z and took him under his wing when nobody wanted to even sign Jay-Z. Dame was the business guy. He had the numbers, and he shopped around with Jay-Z until the point where they kept getting denied every time that they tried to shop this man's material and music. And then until they was like, man, fuck it, we can do this shit on our own. And they brought in Biggs, who was the money guy. So Biggs fronted them the money, and they started their own thing, which was Rockefeller Records. And I feel like, personally, without Dame, we wouldn't have Jay-Z. And without Jay-Z, we wouldn't have Dame Dash, as well as Biggs. That we wouldn't have seen none of them or even heard of them. But I feel like Dame's message in this video, his message today, is still the same thing. Independence. Dame wanted to own his own everything. He don't want to he doesn't feel like he have to work for anybody when he can just do everything on his own. And with the right people in his circle and around them, they can always build each other up. If one person starts to fall down and fall short on his money, the other guys can pitch in, a little bit here, a little bit there, and the other guy that fell will be brought right back up. Excuse me. Yeah, so I think without Dame, who played a pivotal part in Jay-Z's early rise, we wouldn't have seen Jay-Z as a businessman. Everybody praises Jay-Z as being the business guy, but it's really Dame. Dame handled everything on Rockefeller Records. As any video you saw Dame Dash back in the day, where he always screaming and yelling on the phone, Dame was fighting for his artists' rights and his artists' independence. The reason why Dame got mad at the meetings, Leor and all of them, is because they did things behind Dame's back. They didn't give Dame what he wanted. So if you don't get a man what he wanted, he bringing you money and y'all supposed to be partners, of course he gonna scream on you. And you trying to shortchange his artists, of course he gonna lash out and scream on you. It didn't make sense. They didn't give Dame what he wanted if they supposed to be partners. Dame wasn't a Rockefeller artist, or Jay-Z wasn't a Rockefeller artist. Rockefeller wasn't under Def Jam. Rockefeller partnered with Def Jam. And yeah, it's a shame how money kind of ruined their relationship, and everybody looks at Jay-Z as this big time business guy. But only thing Jay-Z pretty much ran in those early Rockefeller days was stuff about Jay-Z as the artist. Jay-Z was the CEO. He wasn't the CEO, excuse me. He was 1/3 of owner of Rockefeller Records, but Dame was the CEO. Dame did everything business-wise on a day-to-day basis. Jay-Z was not. He just pretty much signed whatever agreement that the other two did, and he signed off on it. When it came to Jay-Z and business about Jay-Z the artist, that's when he stepped in and kind of managed his career. Dame did everything from every artist, from managing, scheduling, to being the A&R person, whatever Dame had to do, he did it. And I feel like Dame gets a lot of flack today because people see Dame and think he fell off. which I highly doubt he fell off. Dame might not have the same amount of money that he had before, but he definitely never fell off. He's still a hustler. Once a hustler is always a hustler. I don't care what nobody say. But Dame definitely is the creative behind Rockefeller Records. He had the ideas. I don't know if every idea was his. I'm not gonna say that, but he definitely had all the ideas to kind of bring everything to fruition, like Rockefeller Records, Rockaware, Armadale Vodka. What else they did? The movies. It was all Dame's idea. Dame didn't want to stick to just one thing when he can make money from other resources, have other multiple streams of income. So every time he pours money into one, it funds the next thing and the next thing after that. And there's definitely entrepreneurship and business wise, and I can definitely see why Dame had that mindset. Like me being 28 years old, I can see why he had that mindset. And the biggest thing that split those guys up was that Dame wanted to do everything independently, while Jay-Z wanted to work under the system and use their money as leverage and constantly pour his money or his brand into the next biggest thing, and he'll make money after that. And it's not really a right or wrong thing between the both mindsets, but it was just the fact that one wants to be independent, the other wants to be just the brand, the face. And I feel like today Dame could actually be brought back up because he got the ideas. Only thing Dame needs is just another face. He got the product, he got the idea. He needs one particular face in whatever business he got. That's all he can be. That's all he can do. He's back on top. But I want to let everybody know that I appreciate Dame Dash. I'm a big, huge fan of his mindset and his hustle and his drive, as well as what he did to the music industry. He gets a lot of flack now, but Dame definitely did not. I never heard anybody say he cheated them. I never heard about anybody say Dame didn't do what he was supposed to do as a CEO. But I feel like his delivery was always off, and people always say Dame mismanaged the money and everything. Dame is from Harlem, New York. Harlem is full of hustlers. That's where Paid in Full was created in. Harlem, New York. The original 3 guys that was a part of Paid in Full, the real shit that the movie was based on, Dame was around there. So Dame was a young hustler. You get a young hustler who took his life from the street life into the corporate world and made more money than he ever would legally, than he would ever would illegally. You took a young hustler like that, and of course he made legitimate money. Of course he gonna splurge it on whatever he wanted to do, whatever his mind was at the time. Dame was a young hustler. Every time he had an idea, it always went gold. It always, money was being brought in every time, and by the money being brought in, Dame can easily pour money into the next venture. He constantly making more money. The more he spent, he was making it back. That's why he wasn't worried about money at the time. But I always respected Dame for that. But I'm about to end this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.